Hello everyone, welcome to Multilingual. Today we're talking about holidays, vacations. And I've already been on a vacation trip. In May I was in Spain. It was a fantastic trip and I really enjoyed it. In this video you will learn how to speak about trips and holidays, and it consists of 3 steps. And the first step, you will learn some basic holiday items. In the step 2, we'll learn some travel phrases so that you can make sentences. In the step 3, more advanced travel phrases to level up your English. So this video is going to be interactive. Please stay tuned. Let's begin. Here is your first task. I want you to match these holiday items with the pictures. What do you think is what? 5 seconds for you to think. Here come the answers. The first one is a backpack, foreign currency, guidebook, suitcase, sunglasses, suntan lotion, accommodation, double C and double M, yes, it's correct, campsite, and embassy. Well done! The first step is done. So let's step up your game and continue with something more difficult. Step 2. Here are some travel phrases for you to learn. Can you please match the verbs with the nouns? I'd like to give you 15 seconds to think. And here are the answers. Go away on a holiday, get a visa, exchange some money, book accommodation, check into a hotel, unpack your luggage, do some sightseeing, buy souvenirs, stay in a hotel, stay on a campsite. Pay attention to the different prepositions. I say stay in a hotel, but I say stay on a campsite because campsite is usually under the open sky. It's open, so here we use the preposition on. Let's continue. Now I'd like you to complete the following sentences with the correct travel phrase. I'll now give you a minute to do the task. See you in a minute. Are you ready to check your answers? Let's do it together. The first one. We went away on holiday for 3 weeks. Went away on holiday. We needed to get a visa from the embassy before we traveled. Visa. Embassy. We also exchanged some money at the airport. Exchanged some money. We booked all our accommodation online. Accommodation. Accommodation. We booked our accommodation. When we arrived, we checked into our luxury hotel and unpacked our luggage. Luggage. We did some sightseeing. The castles and gardens were gorgeous. Pay attention to the pronunciation of the word castle. Castle. I don't say the T. Castle. And the last word, gorgeous. Gorgeous. That means beautiful. We bought souvenirs for our friends and family. The second week, we checked out of our hotel and stayed in a hostel. It was cheap and friendly. The third week, we stayed on a campsite by the beach. It was a great time. We stayed on a campsite. I hope your answers match mine. Let me know in the comments how you're doing. Were any of the phrases new to you? Please let me know in the comments if you've been able to learn something new. Now, let's continue. I'd like to learn some more advanced phrases for traveling, because you want to level up your English, right? Here are the advanced phrases I'd like you to use in the upcoming text. The first one, to get to somewhere. To change. You can change a bus or a train. To take off. To travel around. To set off. To land. To board. To hitchhike. To give someone a lift. Now you'll get a text, and together we'll try to replace the words in bold with these phrases. Okay? Let's begin. So the first sentence is, we visited a lot of different places in Europe last year. How can you replace visited many different places with one of the phrases? You can say, we traveled around Europe last year. We traveled around Europe means we visited a lot of different places. We started our journey in June. How can you replace the words started our journey with one of the advanced phrases? Have a look at the phrases. Which one? Set off. Right. You start your journey, that means you set off. So you can say, we set off in June. Our next sentence, we left the airport by plane quite late, but still arrived on time in Berlin. Here I have two phrases for you to replace. Left the airport by plane and arrived. What do you think is the correct word to replace the phrases? Right, the first one is take off, and the second one is to land. So we get, we took off quite late, but still landed on time in Berlin. Well done, let's continue. We stood by the road and asked for free rides across Germany. Ask for free rides. What single word can replace the whole phrase? To hitchhike, right? We hitchhiked across Germany. Please make sure to put it in the past because you were talking about a past event, right? Hitchhike, we hitchhiked. Next, a kind man drove us to Frankfurt. Drove us to Frankfurt. This is correct, but you can replace it with a more advanced phrase, and that is to give someone a lift. Exactly. A kind man gave us a lift to Frankfurt. Next, we got on a plane to Paris. How can you replace the phrase got on a plane? What word describes the same? The word to board. Right, about planes, we usually say to board a plane. We boarded a plane to Paris. Next, we got off one plane and got on another plane in Paris. Got on one, got on another one. Which single word can replace both? Both verbs. To change. You can say we changed in Paris. You see how compact the sentence gets, but it expresses the same meaning. We arrived in Madrid at 7:30. Arrived at, you can also say, we got to Madrid at 7:30. And this is how I would tell the complete story. Let's have a look at all the answers and the complete text now. Now it sounds more advanced. We traveled around Europe last year. To begin with, we set off in June. Actually, we took off quite late, but still landed on time in Berlin. Next, we hitchhiked across Germany. Then a kind man gave us a lift to Frankfurt. There we boarded a plane to Paris, where we changed. Then we got to Madrid at 7:30. Well done! I hope you've learned something today, and I would like to know whether you've ever hitchhiked in your life. I've done it only once, but actually if you live in Europe, they say that it's not very safe. What about your country? Is it safe to hitchhike in your country? I look forward to reading from you in the comments under the video. Bye guys!